Hey, it's Jess. Welcome back. Today I'm here with my November TBR, so all the books that I hope to read in November of 2025. I already have four books planned. As I've said in previous videos, and as you can probably tell from my channel, my reading has been horrible lately. I have just had such a hard time finishing books, reading books. I just don't want to right now. So I'm going to only pick 8 books again this month. Because that's just how it is. The last 2 months, I don't think I've even read 8 books in 1 month, which is crazy because I used to read almost twice that. So anyway, so we have 4 already picked, chosen, and then we will pick 4 out of the TBR jar. For my in-person nonfiction book club, we will be reading On Civil Disobedience by Hannah Arendt and Henry David Thoreau. So Henry David Thoreau wrote On Civil Disobedience or Civil Disobedience, and then Hannah Arendt is saying her opinions about it, updating it, how it has to do with the world today. I don't really know. I'm not gonna lie, I missed my book club this month because I went to a play. And so I was not there when they chose the book. This is just what I was told we were reading. So we'll be reading that. And I guess after I read it, I can tell you what it's about because I honestly don't really know. For the Buzzword-a-thon hosted by Books and Lala here on YouTube, the word for November, or the theme for November, is the word never. I looked through my physical, owned TBR. I only have 1 book that has the word never in it, and it's a Colleen Hoover book, and I don't really want to read it. So I have decided to read We Were Never Here by Andrea Bartz. I did pull this out of my TBR jar a few months ago, so it's a book I want to read but I don't own. And I didn't get to it the month that I pulled it. It is about 2 friends who are on a backpacking trip, and one of them leaves, and when she comes back there is a person in the cabin, and so they're trying to cover it up because she's like, what did you do to her friend, to this person? I think it's like a mystery thriller. I don't know, sounded interesting. Again, didn't get a chance to read it when I pulled it from the jar. It has the word never in it, so we're gonna go with that. From the library, I have Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. This is her newest release. This is about a haunted house, it sounds like. I don't really know very much. I really have a love-hate relationship with Rachel Harrison. I've read all of her books. I've only really enjoyed one of them, yet I continue to read them. They read quickly, and I'm interested enough to keep reading. I've heard that this one is really, really good. My friend from my book club read it and said she really enjoyed this one. So I got it from the library, thought I'd give it a chance. The last book that I'm already have planned, is The Eye of the Bedlam Bride. That is book by Matt Dinneman. That is book 6 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I have just eaten this up. I started it in August with my brother. We did a buddy read for the first one, and I have slowly been making my way through the series. I am almost done with book 5, which was The Butcher's Masquerade. Yes, I think. Yes, I'm almost done with that one, and so I want to continue this series. I only have 2 books left to get caught up. There's only 7 books out right now. I have them on Kindle Unlimited, and I'm just so excited to keep with these characters and keep with this series. I love Carl. I love Princess Donut. It just gets more complex every single book, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. So I just really wanted to put that on my list because I'm going to be reading it anyway, so I might as well get credit for it and put it on my list. So those are 4 books. I'm going to put a total of 8 books on my list, so we will pull 4 books from the TBR jar. If you're new to my channel and you don't know, my TBR jar is filled with books that I own. So my owned TBR, some of them are ebooks and some of them are physical books. But then also I have a list on my phone of books that I'm interested in reading that sound interesting that I don't own. And so those are in here too. So you never know what you're gonna get. But here is the first one, if I can get just one. All right, I always love this part. Well, not always. I like this part. Adulthood rights. Ooh, interesting. Right here. This is book 2 in the Lilith's Brood series by Octavia E. Butler. The first one was Dawn, which I read a year and a half ago. A while ago. I don't know very much about this one. It says, after nuclear war destroys all humankind, an alien race called the Onkali intervenes, saving a group of small survivors from certain death, but salvation comes at a cost. Okay, so it looks like in this one you're following, because my brother's read all these, there's 3 of them, and he said each book follows a different person. So like the first book followed Lilith. This book follows a human-alien hybrid child. And it says, Aiken must reconcile his dual heritages before building a future for both species in a world already torn in two. So that sounds really interesting. I really liked Dawn. Octavia E. Butler writes sci-fi. These books came out in like the 80s and 90s. I don't know when this one came out. But they are surprisingly, 88. They are surprisingly relevant to the world today, considering they came out 30, 40 years ago. This will be the 4th book of hers that I've read, I think. I've enjoyed them all, and so I'm excited to get to this one. And it's a physical book, so gets it off my shelf, trying to get some space up in these shelves. Cause I've had a lot of book hauls, and lately. I've brought a lot of books in lately, but I haven't been taking books out. So always happy when I get a physical book off my shelves. Tell Us No Secrets. I also own this one. It's on the same shelf as Adulthood Rights. Tell Us No Secrets and We'll Never Tell Lies by Sienna Sterling. This is an ARC copy. It does say ARC right here. I got it from my mom. My mom works at Barnes & Noble, and when all the people at the store have read the book and they're done with it, she passes them to me. I don't know anything about this one, but my mom and my new cousin, she just married into our family, I love her, told me that they both read it and really, really liked this book. So it's about female friendships, a boarding school. Ooh, one of the girls is unalived, and the others, the others must ask themselves if they can carry the truth of what happened for the rest of their lives. I don't know, so another thriller always sounds interesting. That'll be 2 thrillers. It doesn't look too long. The font is kind of big. I didn't say earlier, ARC means advanced reader copy. So this isn't the fully published book. This is what authors send out to like booksellers and beta readers to read before it gets officially published. And you can't sell ARCs, just so you know. I don't know when this even came out. I said June 2022. So this is a few years old now, but it sounds interesting. So that's exciting. Okay, 2 books. Both of them are physical books off my shelf, so that's always exciting. Got 2 more books to pull. Let's see. I'm trying to get way down here at the bottom, as I feel like we don't get there, but I'm also trying not to pull paper out. Hello? Okay. They were getting caught on my hands. Okay, hello. Strange Sally Diamond by Liz Nugent, I think. This is a book that I do own, but it's on Kindle Unlimited, so it's an ebook. I don't really know very much about this. I think it's like a mystery thriller. I've been wanting to read it for a while. When I saw that it was available on Kindle Unlimited, I went ahead and downloaded it because I've heard a ton of stuff about it. I think it came out last year, and I heard mixed reviews, but the YouTubers that I follow that read it have all enjoyed it. So I put it on my list, downloaded it. That's exciting. And another thriller. Thrillers usually go pretty fast, so maybe I can actually finish my TBR this month. Ugh, I don't know. Well, October's also hard because I always do this thing that I call the 31 movies of Horrorween. So I try to watch 31 horror movies in the month of October. And when I'm watching a new horror movie, I don't want to read while I'm watching, because then I can't absorb the movie. So I didn't get as much reading done this month because I was busy watching movies. And I did. I watched 31 horror movies. Technically I watched like 33 because I watched 2 more last night after I watched the 31st one. So, but anyway, but that's why I didn't get a lot of reading done. So I don't have a movie challenge or a show challenge or anything like that that I'm challenging myself to in the month of November. So in theory, I should be able to get all of these books read. That was a strange tangent when we still have one book left to talk about, but that's when it popped in my head, so that's when I said it. Okay, this one is, Leech. I don't own this book. I don't even know who wrote it. I do know it is a horror book. Let me look it up. Okay, Leech is by Hiram Ennis. Let's see. It's like a doctor. Looking at the cover, it reminds me of that movie, A Cure for Wellness. So it's like remote wellness center. Maybe has to do with like vampires or something, because leech blood. I don't really know. But it takes place in the frozen north in an institute. I've heard, again, mixed reviews about this. I'm pretty sure Jordaline didn't really like it, but Gavin does really like it. Or that could be flipped. I don't know. I know a lot of people really like it, but a lot of people don't. It's just one I've been interested in. I'm excited that it's a horror book, because you know me, I love horror. I feel like I haven't, even though we just finished October, I haven't read that much horror lately. So I'm excited that with that and Play Nice, I have at least 2 horror books on my list. Anyway, that's an exciting pick. So my in-person books looks really short, because I'll have to get, let's see, I haven't been able to find, what was it, On Civil Disobedience? I haven't been able to find that physically, so I'm going to get that as an ebook. I might try to get We Were Never Here physically from the library, but I also know they have an audiobook, so since it's a thriller, I might just get it as an audiobook. Anyway, so right now it looks like I'm not reading very much, which, to be fair, I haven't been reading very much, so this actually, you know, I think I could get through all of these if it was just these 3. But anyway, so Tell Us No Secrets and Adulthood Rights, those are TBR jars off my physical shelves. I'm excited about Play Nice, that is from the library. Excited about that one too. Don't really have a big genre mix this month, but, well, I guess we do. We have horror, nonfiction, thriller, sci-fi. So we do kind of have a big genre mix. Big. It's mostly thrillers, but that's okay, because, again, I can read those. Usually they read pretty quickly, and I think this is just what I need. I need some kind of, like, mindless thrillers right now. Hopefully I can get through all of these books, and maybe even have time to read some more. That would be really nice. But anyway, I'm rambling, so I'm gonna go. Now I want to know, have you read any of these books, and what did you think? All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye!